Smashmouth Saturday night. That's right, we are here live from the pit in beautiful Buffalo, New York, as we see the Memphis Mojos come to town to face the 0-year champion Buffalo Brawlers. I'm Skip Lloyd here with Commissioner Chris Beck on live commentary. Live. We are live. Commissioner Beck, tell us about this game. What do you expect?
Yes, Skip, we are live. I'm here with Skip Lloyd live in Buffalo, and this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fest. The keys to the game here for Buffalo are to start fast with Frost. He's got to come out and throw the ball all over the field, and everybody eats. He hits multiple receivers all game.
That's right. Meanwhile, for Memphis, they got to keep Frost off the field if they're going to have any success. They said earlier in the week they want to melt the Iceman here at home. Let's see if they can do it. We are off with Smashmouth Saturday night.
As the Mojo takes the kickoff, they will get the ball first here to start out the first ever. Oh, and there's an injury here on the kickoff return.
Oh, not good. That's middle linebacker Connor Johnson, a veteran that they signed to really be a run plugger and a special teams captain.
And here, as the Mojo takes the field first, we'll get to see the first round pick, offensive tackle Carlos Copeland.
Whoa, clearing holes.
Great play there by the Mojo.
Devontae George is a better than advertised halfback. He has got some speed, and the Mojo are going to need it tonight back.
As they come out again, they will. 1st and 10 as the huge hole off the left side.
Oh, tell me they're not missing Connor Johnson right out of the gate.
Yeah, he's like you said, he is one of their best run-stopping middle linebackers. I think he's a package player also, as it's the third play of the game and the third 1st and 10 here.
Ooh, Rashad Kelly coming with the pressure off the edge. Rashad Kelly, somebody get the body bags ready. Rashad Kelly just moving his man completely backwards. A bull rush. Watch this back as he just plows over that left tackle. You can see why they drafted Copeland, who, as we found out earlier in the week, is not going to start. He's going to be more of the 6th man on offense to start the season.
He's not. You're right. They have Corbin Bruce and Pat May. Both are 33 and 32 years old, respectively. And, Copeland might be the 6th man on the offensive line, but he should get some game time here. As it's 2nd and 20 for the Mojo.
Oh, still under pressure, feeling it again. That looked like Big Brad Huggins applying pressure from the interior.
Yeah, Huggins is one of my favorite stories of the year this year. The defensive tackle from North Texas was picked up by the Brawlers. He's playing defensive end in a 3-4 system.
Oh, he shoots it deep.
Takes a shot.
Looked like Jashawn Hawthorne, the elite man-to-man corner, was there to knock it away, and Braden Williamson and the Mojo are going to have to kick it to the Brawlers from the 50. What a drive start, and then just stalled after that Kelly sack.
It's all about momentum, right? 3 plays, 3 first downs, and here comes Frost.
Yeah, let's talk about Zero, the Iceman as they call him. What should people know about Andrew Frost?
Andrew Frost is an aggressive playmaker. He takes shots down the field. He commands this offense like a true field commander should. And he's got the ability of almost every archetype in this game.
He's also got an elite set of playmakers around him, including that guy right there, Ronnie Lee.
Mojo. The question all week was, could the Mojo defense stand up to the Buffalo offense? And
we're going to find out.
It's only 1 play, but it is 2nd down here.
Oh, get out of here. Was that a one-handed grab by Dom Metcalf?
Speaking of Frost, man, that was a frozen rope straight to his wide receiver.
Now, Dom Metcalf, Gaffney was telling us earlier in the week, yep, that is a one-handed bag. Look at that.
Jeez.
So they were telling us earlier in the week, they started calling Dom Metcalf Dirty Dom because he does all that dirty work out of the slot receiver position, which is a pretty great name, but I wonder, is he going to make some noise? Is he going to do some damage tonight as they now spread it out to, I believe that's Dean Price.
Yes, and that's part of the thing, the keys of the game that I brought up at the beginning. Everyone eats on this offense. They hit as many receivers as they need to, as many receivers as they are, as it's 1st and 10 here now, approaching midfield.
Leak finding some room there up the middle. Frost a little hyped for this first game.
I mean, who wouldn't be? It's Saturday, Smashmouth Saturday night. It's the first week of the season. Everybody's hype. Everybody's here.
Oh, he's going to
take
it
back
deep.
The pass. He's in trouble.
Oh,
and he will go down.
Guess they're bringing out body bags for both side here. Holding on Anthony Mason. That's too bad. He's their franchise left tackle. There's been a lot of conversation about him getting his own bag sometime this season with an extension.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing that the GMs are going to have to deal with this year is they're going to have to come out the gate re-signing players. As Frost takes a shot over the middle here and try to get some yards back.
That's Barrington he hit there. Barrington's a veteran tight end that a lot of people kind of wrote off with the drafting of C.J. Smith, but they said, no, Barrington's still going to start the season, and Smith's going to see time as tight end too.
Frost is scrambling here. He's going to be in trouble again.
You know, GM Doug Baxter made a lot of moves on the defensive side of the ball. The only place he made a lot of changes on offense, unfortunately, was the offensive line. So it'll be interesting to see, have the Brawlers made too many changes to stay at a championship pedigree? Ooh, as Dakota Mormon plants that at the 2-yard line for Zach Burr.
And, you know, I'm just going to take a fellow shot at one of the GMs here, you know, Gaffney and, Baxter. The 50 burger's not starting out very well here.
You may be right. For anyone who did not hear it, Rashad Spellman from the Mojo, superstar cornerback, threw out a little trash talk, but head coach for the Brawlers, Pete Gaffney, said if he keeps jawing like that, we're going to drop a 50 burger on the Mojo. Ooh, Ramon Sanchez with the tackle in the backfield. Talk about a free agent signing. There were teams fighting over Sanchez, but he chose to come to Buffalo.
It's 3rd and 9 here from the 3-yard line. Got to be a dive, and he found room. He almost got it. 4th and 4. You got to think they got to punt it away here.
Yeah, I can't imagine you're going to go for it here. That's, I believe, big Max Polk. Kind of a they run this exotic 3-4 system where you got guys like Noah Patterson and Brad Huggins now, and Notori Abbott is real, interior defenders. But Huggins can slip outside some, as well as Max Polk, who was just playing down inside on that play.
Yeah, and as the punt's in the air, he returns it, and not shocking, he's going to go down quick. So, what do you think about the offensive coordinator for the Brawlers that went to Memphis to be the new head coach?
You know, that is interesting, right? We'd heard that the Brawlers were desperate to keep Braden Williamson as their offensive coordinator, but there's only 32 head coaching jobs, and when a team comes calling, you kind of got to take it. So I think he was originally in the plans of succession. Nope, screen pass to Terrence Andrews, not going anywhere.
There for a 2-yard gain.
But I think at the end of the day, as much as they hoped that when Gaffney was done, they could hand the reins over to Williamson, he wanted a head coaching gig, and you can't blame him.
Oh, Mojo defense has came to play on this run game.
Yeah, they're bringing some fries for that 50 burger. Oh, and somebody's taking a licking, yeah. You got to wonder with week 1, we've seen a couple injuries. Is that just due to guys not being in no preseason this year, which we will have in future years, but you think that's just a conditioning thing?
It's got to be a conditioning thing. It's people are just not used to playing right now, and they've been sitting on the couch too long.
The pressure.
Frost takes off on the left side here.
Wow.
Great play. That's how Frost can beat you. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. He has every archetype that a quarterback can have.
He's not the fastest quarterback. He's not, George Burrell or Stanley Jenkins out there, but he's got enough speed to get to the sticks and pick up the first down, which we saw there.
Takes a shot over the middle here.
Looks like Metcalf again, or is that Price? 88 and 89, it's Price. Price was another acquisition, so they basically kept 2 of their receivers and rotated out 2 receivers for 2 new ones, including second-round pick Cameron Reed and that guy right there, Dean Price.
2nd and 3 here. He hands it off up the middle. He's got tackles. He's got blocks.
Ooh, that's a close one.
Inches.
I thought he had it. See what they do here. 3rd and inches and going out of the shotgun. Interesting decision for Coach Gaffney, who is now calling plays with Williamson as the Mojo head coach. Oh, Leak
Great
found
block
the
up the
edge.
right side. Leak reading his blockers, reading the hips turned in, and little jawing going on out there after the tackle was made. You see right there, he just split the 2 blocks. That was a great run, great vision by Leak.
And that's kind of Leak's story, right? He's an unheralded back. He led the 0-year rushing yards of all running backs, but never any fancy moves, just kind of finding good lanes, picking up good chunks. But, you know, he's not hurdling guys. He's not juking guys out of their shoes. It's no spinner-rooney like we saw from Alvin Thompson.
Yeah, Alvin Thompson, rookie on rookie with Levi back against the surf, just left him standing there.
Yeah, they may have to put back in the witness protection program, but meanwhile, he's hitting Barrington.
Takes a shot and he gets hit pretty stout there by the defense.
Yeah, you might be right. The 50 burger is probably not on the menu tonight with the way this game's starting, but they are in scoring range. What do you think they're going to do here?
Tight formation here, tight end going to the left. You got to think it's something maybe off center there. There it is.
And that's Luke Lindsay. He's a goal line power back that they actually traded the Tokyo Riot to get when they drafted Hobbs. Seemed like they were okay parting with another back.
Speaking of, here's Frost. Let's see if he can
flushed.
get in right here.
Ooh, across the body, and it's the first touchdown on Smashmouth Saturday night. Daniel Barrington, the tight end.
And that's when Frost is the most dangerous and the best. That's when he plays the best, is when he's in trouble and he's on, he's a mobile quarterback. He throws great on the run. All his receivers know what's coming. They know to get open, and he just delivers every freaking time.
He is deadly accurate, and what an awkward pass to have to make, too. He's running to his left and kind of turns his torso a different direction from his legs to make that throw on target. And what could you ask for? What more could you ask for from your QB1?
Well, now that you brought it up, what more could you ask for? You could ask him to re-sign next year. The rumors are that his contract is coming up.
Yeah, that is. I've heard about that. Do you know any more? I'm not as connected.
I've not spoken to Baxter about it. I'm trying to let him get the season going, but Andrew the Iceman Frost is legit from Alaska.
That's
there is
true.
a team in Anchorage, Alaska.
That's true. I believe he's from Juneau. Juneau maybe, but yeah, he is from Alaska. That's true. And he has mentioned with the start of the league, would have been nicer. What do you say? It would have been nice to be closer to home or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. He was not happy being on the other side of the continent, which is pretty much everywhere when you're from Alaska.
Right. Now, I don't think there's any personal issues with the Brawlers front office, but he has also said something about he expects to be the highest paid player in this new league. And can you argue with that? I mean, we'll find out if he deserves it by the end of the game.
If he can back it up in this year, maybe he deserves to be. But it depends. There's so many new rookies coming up. That's the end of the first quarter.
Wow,
hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's the first quarter down for Smashmouth Saturday Night Football, guys.
And what a way to start. Yeah, not quite an explosion of offense, but we are seeing a battle between two excellent teams, at least on paper, as new head coach Braden Williamson looks on to his quarterback, Zach Burr, who's got all the tools on paper, but some question should they have taken a quarterback in the first round like Smokey Smith, who was there when they picked.
Yeah, and he was mocked to the Memphis Mojo in the first mock. We only had 2. But in the first mock, he was mocked as there's another injury out on the field. Not good. But, Smokey Smith was mocked to go to Memphis, and we'll see, if time will tell if that was a mistake or not.
Yeah, Zach Burr's, he's got all the tools, but can they put it together? He's dropping back, looking for some, shooting to the sideline. No.
That's unfortunate. Memphis they've got to be aggressive and hit fast. There's so many new starters on this Buffalo squad. They may not be gelling together. They may not be clicking. You got to take advantage of that and take some shots downfield.
Absolutely. You already saw with not having Connor Johnson in there on those first couple run plays. But there's a guy that already has the bag. Greg Looney is one of the highest paid players in the league currently. And there's a reason that Buffalo locked him up to a long-term deal before even starting the pro season.
Guys, it's 3rd and 8 here. They hits a wide open receiver out to the left side. 3rd and 8, and he picks up about 20. That was a great play there. Great read. This is what I'm talking about. They need to take some mid to deep level shots and get this Buffalo defense off balance.
And that was Joey sitting on the reception. Burr looking, resetting, looking again, off platform, dumps it out into the flat.
into the red zone. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 in the red zone here.
That was rookie Jonathan Fine on that catch. Ooh.
Pressure all over the place. 2 dump-offs in a row. That's not what you want to see.
Greg Looney out there making plays. Third and 6 here, about 9 seconds on the play clock as they're setting a man in motion. Oh, he's got time. He's got time.
All day.
Oh, in the back
open.
of the end zone, it's Chazon.
Look at this pass. Look at that plant, precision, follows through. Corner of the end zone, touchdown.
Hey, what a way to make your first catch in the league.
Great play. Couldn't ask for anything better there.
Yeah, 1 reception, 1 touchdown.
You got to think, maybe Rashad Spellman knew what he was talking about now.
He might have. He very well might have. That was a nice drive. I'm sure they would have liked to have taken a little more time off the clock because, again, that was one of your keys, right, is them trying to control the clock. Or, no, that was one of my keys, was them trying to control the clock, and they got to do more of that. Reeves returning it here.
Yeah, he kind of Forrest Gump that return there. He was head down, full of steam, but didn't go anywhere. As Frost takes the team out on the field again with, you saw right there, 95 total yards. They're coming in an offset I formation, hand off to the left side. And the Mojo defense, man, they are everywhere.
They're looking good. Oh, no. Oh, this was the big concern for a lot of Brawlers faithful. Ronnie Leak, all through the training camp season, was having nagging injuries. Is he going to have another one here? Empty set. Oh, he shoots a moon ball to Cameron Reed. Oh.
Cameron Reed, man, he's one of the best stories of the draft. He just won the Natty at Michigan with Burt Bean, and now he's playing with the 0-year champions, trying to repeat as they come out 5 wide here.
Oh.
Over the middle.
Terrence Andrews, T1000. Terrence Andrews is, I guess, what you would call the #1 receiver. But like you said, in an offense like this where everybody eats, is there such a thing as a #1 receiver?
No, I mean, there's not. And you gotta think Reed. Reed is that tall, lanky, fast wide receiver that's probably going to get more of his shots on the outside.
Yeah.
I formation here. They power balance run, and Mojo defense just is not letting them run the ball.
Yeah, Braden Williamson, has got to, even though Gaffney's calling his own plays now, he's got to have been able to give his defense some ideas as to what the Brawlers were going to want to do.
Quick drop off here, and great play by the defense again. Did you see Frost trying to communicate with his receivers? Like, we got to go, guys. We got to get moving. Yeah,
they said they wanted to pile them up fast and early, and that has not been the case so far.
First down. Good strike right there.
Yeah, that's Middleton. A nice change of pace back. Actually won his spot. He was kind of the 53rd man on the depth chart by beating out Johnny Floyd, who was expected to be a pretty reliable backup running back, and turned some heads in training camp, and they cut Floyd and even ate some cap to keep Middleton.
Yeah, and you got to think if they're in there, there's a shot to the outside.
Dean Price saying, I have that much room. I only have that much room.
I was just about to say, Dean Price is one of the better wide receivers. He's usually the wide receiver too, and he moves into the slot a lot.
Oh, Barrington again.
Takes another shot over the middle, and Frost is over 100 yards passing now.
All right, the Iceman starting to heat up.
2nd and inches. You got to take a shot right here. 2nd and inches, then they hand off.
Great play.
Mojo fell for it. They bit. They weren't expecting the run. First down. Great call play there by Gaffney.
The Iceman is definitely getting amped up here. I think he wants to throw another one.
Got a man over the middle.
Oh, that's Price again. Price is such just a sneaky good receiver. He does everything so well, runs excellent routes, great separation, great hands. I think he's going to be somebody to watch. Ooh, he gets to the edge. First down, but not a touchdown.
Nope, it will be first down, 1st and goal. Let's see if Buffalo can punch it in here. You got to think they want to be physical after all the trash talking by Memphis this week, but I think at this point they'll take whatever they can get.
Absolutely. Oh,
wide open.
there he is, Dirty Dom, doing some dancing because he's doing all the hard work out of the slot.
You know, on that previous drive, Memphis caught a touchdown in the same exact position, and Dirty Don, who else but Dirty Don, could get in the corner there and say, I can do the same damn thing right here.
You think that was
same
deliberate?
spot.
You think that was a little bit of Gaffney saying, okay, Braden, I see you. You're going to back corner end zone. We can do that too.
Great play, great drive, great everything there on that drive, touchdown, and they have a 7-point lead.
See, that's the kind of drive, 12 plays, 71 yards, 5 minutes. That's the kind of drive Memphis needs.
Yeah, they need to either that or just take a shot. They need to be aggressive and take a shot. They need to come out on offense here and punch Buffalo in the mouth and say we can score when we want to, how we want to, and as fast as we want to.
I think they got to get back to Devontae George. He was having some early success on that first drive, and once they got sacked, they kind of just went pass.
Yeah, they were winning in the trenches on offense and defense, and they've kind of gotten away from that here. They're trying to trade punches with Buffalo, and that
not a great idea. Yeah.
Oh, as you see, Buffalo finally gets stout there in the middle.
Yeah, that's big Noah Patterson. He came in on a 1-year deal, but I think he told Doug Baxter, Brawlers GM, I'm going to be the first guy you re-sign.
We'll see.
We will see, but if he keeps making plays like that, there's probably not going to be much of a choice.
As it's 2nd and 11 here, Memphis has come out in a shotgun, 3 wide. Takes a short drop. He hits it on the. No, you got to do something better than that, guys.
Don't test Bradham. Jaquez Bradham was brought onto this team explicitly to be a middle linebacker, number 2 on pass downs only. He was brought here for that type of stuff, sniffing out those screens to the wings.
And come out here.
Oh.
3rd and 16.
Yikes.
It's a shot.
That was not the play you're looking to dial up on 3rd and 16 inside your own 20.
4th down here, 4th and deep, inside their own 20, like you said. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Good punt.
Punted away, a booming punt there. Deep, good punt.
They brought in Graves as the return man. He has elite speed, but like you said, kind of Forrest Gump. He just north-south, doesn't do a lot of cutting. But, man, if you should have seen a couple of the training camp games, he just runs by everybody. I wonder if he'll ever get any snaps at receiver.
Well, Buffalo's going back to the running game now. It's kind of like they're wanting to reestablish the dominance in the trenches there.
Which is interesting because Ronnie Leak, superstar halfback, is still being held out with, it looks like, an oblique injury. So they're going back to the run game with Middleton, who was really just supposed to be, going to get tackled. No, fighting through it. Wow.
That was a great
Great run and contact balance from Middleton to stay up after that first hit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see they have, like you said, Luke Lindsay's the backup. Leo Middleton's he's more of an aggressive running style. He's kind of small, but...
Oh, Frost looking deep to the sideline. Oh, my goodness, is that Dean Price again?
That was a dot.
Against Spellman of all people.
Oh, Rashad Spellman, man. You gotta back up your trash talk, man. You can't let that kind of catch get made on you.
And he got it in. He already had the 1 foot, 2 foot, third foot's out of bounds, but the first one and second one were in. Wow, Dean Price with some toe drag swag early in the game.
Now a tight formation, 2 left, 2 right.
Got rookie
Quick
C.J.
drop,
Smith.
Shot to the right side. He's got him
Is
open.
that Barrington?
He's down the foot race.
Is that a touchdown?
Did he hit in?
No, they're going to say he's down at the 1.
1st and goal from the 1.
Oh, they should have just given it to him based on effort. A for effort. They do here. They're really going to punch it in.
Formation, right side, I formation. Power this in.
Oh,
with
it's
the
the fullback. Fullback, Greg Gaddis.
That's what I love to see, man.
Smallest violin, that must be for Rashad Spellman.
Everyone that knows me knows I love a great run game. My dad was a fullback, so I love the love whenever the fullbacks get a touchdown. Great play.
Did you see the whole offensive line? He's
playing
first
the
violin,
for
yeah, and they're all behind
Spellman,
him.
Man.
Wow. Well, it may not be a 50 burger, but they've now got 21 points in the first half.
Yeah, Memphis has got to do something to stop the bleeding here, or else this could get ugly.
Man, did you catch that kicker, Mighty Mitch Blackwell? He's like 300 pounds.
Great stop there on the kickoff. We have not seen a, this is the last game of week 1. Thank you to all the fans. We've had great attendance this week.
Incredible turnout this week.
Great engagement. But, this is the last game of the week. So like, subscribe, follow us, make a player, join the league.
That's right. Get in on the
Memphis
Ramon
taking some
Sanchez.
shots. We got pile driven into the ground as we're approaching the 2-minute warning here.
Ramon Sanchez is so hard not to like. When you see any defensive player with that flowing hair, reminiscent of like a Palomalu-esque, but he's at middle linebacker. I mean, how he was just flying around. I don't know if you saw the Brawlers Instagram, but he was flying around all offseason.
Skip, I see everyone's Instagram.
You sure do. Okay, now they're going no huddle here. Oh, somebody got a hand on his at Huggins, the Huggy Bear.
This is where you got to be aggressive, man. You're at midfield. There's a minute 40. You don't have to take a 40, 50-yard bomb, but take some 12 to 15-yard shots here.
Right. 2nd and 10. There you go.
All right, so we bring up 3rd and 3. The clock is ticking.
Even just getting field goal range. Just make it 21-10 even. Fake the handoff. He's got time. Ooh! Oh.
Man, he had him if he would have thrown that right.
Vernon Cook celebrating a lot of doing nothing on that play, but, keep the crowd hype. It is loud in here.
It is loud in here, and, I see, a lot of the defensive end and defensive tackle play for Buffalo is kind of struggling here. They're getting held up by the blocks, which is great for Memphis, but the quarterback and the receivers are not connecting.
Frost, only 1 incompletion so far. You think they're going to play it, a little conservative here at the end of the first half?
I'm aggressive. I'm an aggressive guy on offense. I would go
like
for
Gaffney has 2 shotgun. Oh!
Over the middle.
Barrington again, the tight end who everyone said should sit for the rookie, showing he's still got, some hops.
Like you said, the wide receiver room for Buffalo, they've got a lot of great players, unlike Memphis, who is pretty average. There's no one special in the Memphis wide receiver squad. But Buffalo, they have the weapons. They look dangerous this year. You got to think that maybe they're going to take more shots deep.
Yeah, they were
the
surprisingly.
Play action, maybe that's why they're trying to reestablish the run. Yeah,
they were surprisingly balanced last year with a lot of run yards, but you got to think they really added receiving talent, and they got to lean into that.
They really like this bunch formation here.
They do. They love the bunch formation because of reasons like that. Dirty Dom just getting lost in the traffic.
Exactly. You send that inside receiver out on like a slant or a flag route, and then the outside guy is just wide open in flats.
And that bunch formation, I mean, it's stop it. Like if it's there.
Because they prove us wrong and come out 5 wide
Yeah.
here.
Oh my gosh. But I'm saying for defenses, you got to stop it or they're going to keep doing it.
Clock's ticking, 45 seconds. Are they going to try to take a shot here?
Empty still.
Under 30 seconds.
Oh, 1 timeout left. What do they do here? They use it? Probably. Barrington again. Hurry up. They're going to...
Quit dancing.
Okay, Gaffney takes the timeout, yeah. That'd be the only reason Gaffney benches him if he's too busy dancing and runs too much clock. He's playing fantastic for a guy everybody was writing off.
And as we saw the... I'll wait till after this play as it's 1st and 10 here. 20 seconds left.
He's looking.
Frost has got time. He's rolling out. Ooh, and he takes a shot.
Smart.
As we saw the time there remaining in the 2nd quarter when the timeout was called. Shout out to the league's creative designer here, Baxter. These logos and uniforms are amazing.
Good-looking teams.
He worked with a lot of guys to get them done, and I think he got the vision great. As Frost should have taken off to the sideline there and got the yards.
They're probably going to kick it here. Yeah. Yeah, I love the pit here in Buffalo because if you're going to get into a brawl, they want to do it out in the street, and that's kind of what this turf reminds me of, is sort of an asphalt street, you know, pavement sort of look, which is real. It's kind of a cool asphalt gray look they got.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I noticed the field looked a little bit like a sidewalk or a back alley.
Yeah, and they're always ready for a fight, but right now it looks like the Mojo are not.
Memphis came out strong, and they have just kind of
deep shot
one to the left side. Incomplete. The first half.
That is the very first half of Smashmouth Saturday night. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, do it right now.
21-point lead here.
And we had some great games this week. You were just saying how great attendance has been. Look at these scores. Very, very heavy on the action, which is fantastic.
What about the Canton Crush with
Jimmy McNamara?
Came out, Coach Stein, Jimmy McNamara, great showing as they take Sacramento to the woodshed.
And there was a game, I think it was earlier today, the Marauders game, as we're watching Andrew Frost just pick apart, Greg Gaddis with the fullback touchdown, but Andrew Frost has been sharp tonight, just like a lot of quarterbacks have been week one.
Yeah, I see in the chat, make fullbacks great again. That's awesome, man. I love a good fullback run. I love some power offense.
And now Buffalo gets the ball back. Jeez.
I love to say, let's start the second half where the rich may get richer. They need, what, another 36 points?
Yeah, you think they can do it? What's the chat think? Does the chat think that Buffalo's actually going to do a 50-burger? Gaffney said it. Will the players live up to it? We'll find out. But already it's been a lot of fun action here in the first half. Let's see what's going to happen.
We've got to step it up here.
Stay in shotgun. Yeah, Gaffney wants to stay aggressive, I think.
Over the middle, great play there.
Coach Tony Fry had a great opening himself. He said 48 points. He thinks they're going to fall just short of that 50-burger.
50-burger and fries. As, you know, like we said, congratulations to Coach Fry on his first victory.
Coach Stein, Coach Caesar. We had a couple year one coaches getting some early wins week one.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, I believe, you know, Caesar, they may have a tough sledding here the first, you know, third quarter of the season. I believe they have 3 away games in a row. The Brawlers run out to that right side again, and they're just toying with them on the outside again now.
And surprisingly, Ronnie Leake has not come back into the game yet. I wonder if he's ruled out. We haven't gotten any official designation yet.
He's taking a shot to the outside. They're loving that corner route.
And who else? Dean Price. He should just put a camp chair on the boundary there. So they just keep hitting him on the sideline.
Cover him on that sideline. Great play, great shot, man. Frost, you gotta. When you see passes like that, you gotta wonder if Gaffney and Baxter are going to let Frost walk.
I don't see how they could. He's practically one of the faces of the league. When you talk about quarterbacks in this league, and I know it's early for most fans, but for, you know, guys like you and I who understand the league a little bit and everyone will come to, when you think about quarterbacks in the league, there's a handful, and Andrew Frost is in every conversation.
He is, and I mean, I know there's teams that would love to trade for him. So,
I don't think they do that. You think?
I mean, they can't, right? They would have to trade for him before week 8. So, I mean,
yeah, and he's got 2 more years left. So, you know, I wonder if they can't get an extension figured out. I think a lot will tell after this season if they hit him with the 5th-year option.
And the classes for quarterback are only going to grow. So, you know, Baxter and Gaffney, as they take a shot off the right side for a touchdown.
Who else?
Dirty Dom.
Number 2 on week 1, Dirty Dom getting into it.
Said, you know what, guys? I had one on the left side of the end zone. Let's get one on the right side.
That's right. It's a bingo call chart. One over here, one over there.
But, I mean, when you see that, you got to think that they're going to try to keep Buffalo as intact as possible to try to get it back to the promised land.
Well, the reality is for Buffalo, and I'm sure Gaffney and GM Doug Baxter are well aware of that they can't have it all, right? You can't have your cake and eat it too. They've got Andrew Frost right now, but they also have a lot of other players who already have big salaries. They're very tight against the cap right now, and that's without doing a mega, as Andrew Frost puts it, highest paid player in the league kind of contract. So they're either wholesale shipping and stripping some parts out to re-sign Frost, or I don't know what, get a king's ransom?
I mean, or if they just can't get anyone that trades is going to basically, like you said, pay a king's ransom for a trade. So I highly doubt that's going to happen. So I think, in the end, if he doesn't re-sign, he's going to want to walk. So at that point, do you sell the kitchen sink to try to get Frost to come back, as Memphis just takes an errant shot out there on the sideline? But
they've done an okay job with some of their contracts as far as having escape clauses, so to speak, to free up money, but it's going to take a lot of cash on the barrelhead to sign Andrew Frost to that largest contract in the league.
Yeah, as Memphis here is trying to get something going, but these little swing passes to the halfback for 4 and 5 yards aren't going to cut it against. I mean, look at these ends. Buffalo's sitting here just on their heels. They know they're coming full speed, and they get to the quarterback.
Is that Kelly again? Rashad Kelly with his second sack of the game, and that one ends the drive from the Mojo, which is the last thing they want.
You could see them too, man. They weren't even hiding the fact that they were rocking on their heels, coming full speed, and they got there.
No help, no nothing, nobody chipping, but meanwhile, Andrew Frost having himself a game, hitting Dirty Dom to the left, Dirty Dom to the right. Barrington in the middle.
All day.
He really, everybody eats, it's true.
I would like to see Cam Reed get a catch here, but the game's not over yet. We'll see.
Gaffney was asked about Cam Reed earlier in the week and said, all the potential in the world. We've got a lot of guys in that room. He will see snaps, which gave me the impression, oh my goodness, is that Daniel Barrington?
He just didn't have
grab. Yeah, he was not going to outrun a DB, but that was incredible.
355 in the air now.
And look at Barrington just pluck it.
And in this league, I've said it numerous times. We've talked about it. That's you. I know. The GMs and the coaches can do whatever they want with their teams, but you got to think Gaffney, man. You can't let this guy go.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's going to become a podcast topic probably for the rest of the season until Frost gets a long-term deal, whether it's in Buffalo or somewhere else. There's going to be a lot of chatter about how that's going to happen.
Takes a shot over the middle for the first down. It's going to be first and goal again.
361 or 81? Oh, I can't read. I don't have my glasses on, but either way.
3 touchdowns.
Over 350 with still time in the third. Oh! Who was that? That was Ronnie Leak. He came back into the game.
He came in the game for a touchdown.
He said everyone's having fun.
The call. They took their time calling the play, calling the touchdown.
Look at that. Frost is benevolent and generous. He hands the ball off for a touchdown.
Leak said, I don't care if I'm hurt. I'm getting in the end zone, and just leaps into the air. 31 points. 31-point lead. 38 points total.
It's climbing. 38 points. There's time. This could happen.
They need another 12. That's 2 more scores.
Hey, best of luck out there, Coach Fry. We appreciate and respect you. A real hero while the rest of us are watching football.
Yeah, and to go back to what we were discussing earlier, both of these squads, may be in quarterback situations in the next couple of years, but Memphis definitely will probably take a quarterback in the next draft. And we are currently at 33, 34 college recruits that have signed up now. So,
yeah, the college series is going to be popping off.
Yeah, and about 9 to 11 of those are quarterbacks. So there's going to be some options. Memphis takes he's in trouble already, running it outside. He's had all day when they do throw. Oh my gosh.
My George. Curious George dropping it there. 3rd and 4 should have been a first down.
As the halfback.
Oh, getting collapsed.
And this time, on 3rd down, Buffalo just brings everyone.
Hey, a Jay Bost sighting. Bost was a late signing, kind of off the waiver wire. He's a UB guy. Grew up, went to school here, never really left Buffalo, and now he's a brawler, and he gets a sack, or at least half a sack, in his first game.
Congrats to that young man. That's awesome. That's the kind of storylines we like to see.
Whoa, Andrew Frost, holy cannoli.
Coming out to lead this team again. Put someone else in, Coach.
Who? They don't. I mean, they've given it to everybody. Oh, Barrington again. How many yards does Barrington have at this point? This is insane. Didn't he? Barrington had long runs down both the left and right sideline in this game alone.
Yes, the last one we saw was that left one where he got caught by the defensive back down the sideline. 454.
For offensive yards? Wow. Frost again.
There was a rare mistake by Frost as he took the dump off.
He's not happy about it. Pressure. Oh, and he gets him at the sideline.
And that's what you almost feel like he just turned to the left so he could throw kind of on the run just to make it more impressive there as they come out in a bunch formation to the right side. Play action. He rolls to that right side. He takes the shot wide open.
Terrence Andrews with that golden glove.
In stride. 419 through the air right now.
Incredible. What's our high water mark so far this week? Is he already past it?
I believe so. I believe it was 385.
Wow. So with still time in the 3rd quarter, Andrew Frost has already set the week 1 passing benchmark.
Insane. And that's one of the reasons why we picked them to be the Saturday Smashmouth game.
Knew it would be a good one, that's for sure, as they are continuing to march right downfield.
2nd and inches from the 5. I would love to see Frost run the ball.
Yeah, I was just going to say, nope. Oh, man. And he hits Terrence Andrews, T1000. Everybody is eating tonight, and they are definitely in striking distance on the 50 burger because they know. Did you hear they did a promotion with, what was it, Fat Joe's Burger Shack here, that if they do the 50 burger, they were going to give out a free burger tomorrow.
Yeah, that's insane. It's everybody, you know, everyone in the crowd's cheering. But if you're at home, this is one of those games where if you're not a Buffalo fan, you've turned it off and you've gone to bed already.
Yeah, you could say that at halftime for Memphis fans, but Buffalo fans are getting rewarded. This is the everybody eats promotion, and the next score is basically well, I guess not a field goal, but if they can get another touchdown on the board, everybody here in the stadium is eating tomorrow.
As Memphis brings the ball out. Come on, guys. Show some signs of life. At this point, it's just for respect. As you see, the defense has just been all over.
Yeah, Rashad Kelly especially. I think Kelly has 2.5 maybe, because I think he shared that sack with Burr. Or not with Burr, with Jay Bost.
You gotta think his offense is starting to. Braden Williamson's offense has got to start taking some shots. He's got to know this defense inside and out.
You'd think so. That hasn't changed. They have the same defensive staff as last year, and Gaffney, had a heavy hand in implementing that defense, so he knows what to look for, but maybe the talent has just been re-racked with all that edge pressure.
Yeah, and there was no ill will when they left. When everybody split ways amicably, so there's no hate. But you got to think they got to They've got to want to have a better showing than they are. As the halfback splits out here, he takes in a shot.
Oh, deep. Oh, nope.
Just
Vernon
didn't have
Cooks.
not enough oomph to get down to the back of the end zone.
Now, interesting enough, because you're talking about this, Brayden Williamson, the person who was maybe the most publicly dismayed with him leaving, Andrew Frost.
Correct. I mean, because they played great last year with him as the offensive coordinator.
Oh, there you
Finally,
go.
Memphis takes a shot.
Joey Sitton, one of the only bright spots so far for Memphis tonight.
Yeah, Joey Sitton, he's 6'5", 220. He's a pretty fast guy. You got to think they would have tried to get some separation on the outside with him more.
They went to him early on that deep shot that was incomplete. I think it was on that first or second drive.
Yeah, and I mean, he's their fastest wide receiver. So you got to think they would try to match him up on somebody. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, ugly. Now, you think there's a world, if Frost was so unhappy about Williamson leaving, I think there's a world that Mojo try to make a play for Frost?
I mean, that would be a storyline from hell for Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely. You lost your OC that you hoped would become your head coach one day.
Got him.
Sitting at the sideline.
There you go.
Gosh, he looks like a tight end out there.
Match him up with some outside guys, as that's the end of the third quarter, guys.
Wow, here we go.
45-7.
I don't know what I expected, but I did not honestly expect a 50 burger out of this game. There is a good chance they get it.
I didn't either. Memphis is a better team than this, and they just did not show up. And Buffalo did, and Buffalo has, like I've said before, just punched them in the teeth from the start.
George,
wide open field.
Clean. Somebody had a great block there.
Untouched.
See if they show that nasty block. Yeah, see, somebody took out Ramon
great
Sanchez.
Block there. Untouched from about 12 yards out for the touchdown.
Now, that's what the Mojo are capable of. And Williamson even said they thought they were going to have a good run game this season, so wish they'd seen a little bit more of that.
Yeah, they're one of the better run games. And speaking of run games, did you see the surf game?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what was more impressive, the Porter or Thompson.
Yeah, Porter with 25, 35 carries and 285 on the ground.
Insane. That will stand for a long time.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't see that being broken for a long time. I agree, long time. As the best kickoff return of the day happens here, they get the ball close to the 35 of 38, 434, and 4 touchdowns.
You think the smack talk from Spellman maybe backfired on the Mojo a little bit?
I mean, obviously it did, as Frost has just made him eat his words here.
Oh, now Leak finding some room. He must be feeling better.
Yeah, bouncing off his tackles or his blocks, getting outside of the outside. Great run there.
That seems to be the common denominator. The Brawlers kept 3 backs that all have excellent contact balance. They will bounce off a tackle and still try to pick up more yards.
There's a flag on the play here after the first down. Looks like it's holding.
Ineligible receiver.
Oh, no.
Oh, ineligible. That is new offensive lineman Nick Pierce. That's definitely a guy who is not used to this offense or even this system.
Still
not exactly a scheme fit, but Coach Baxter or GM Baxter and Coach Gaffney said they liked his skills and his intangibles. He's a big guy at right tackle, but it might take him a little bit to get used to how we play the game, I think is what Gaffney said.
Lee getting up slow out there. I think he's hurt again.
Yeah, gosh, that could be a long season for the Brawlers at running back. But honestly, who needs them?
Swings that pass out to that left side for the first down. 1st and 10. Memphis is going to start playing the injury game.
Yeah, at this point, we're all hurt. Sorry, Coach. I can't be out there for the embarrassment any further.
But speaking of running backs, I mean, Memphis has Devontae George, who is by far one of the fastest halfbacks in the league.
You saw him when he hit the edge there.
And he's just not having the ability to show. His leaks back in. Took a play off and came back in. 2nd and 5. They cross sides of the field back into the Memphis side.
They are seeming to slow it down a little here now. Oh,
yep.
Oh, fighting, almost got it.
Bouncing out to the left side, 3rd and 1.
It's funny to see some of the grass stains on Frost's jersey because I'm struggling to think of a time that he hit the turf, but I guess he did get sacked, twice on that first drive or two when, oh, he's taking off again. There he goes. He's going to slide, I hope. Yeah, he just slides. Still knocks the defender over.
Play.
He's just a big guy. It's kind of like a freight train. He's got, what, like a 6'5", 230-ish build. You don't want to see that coming at you if you're a DB.
Yeah, he's one of the, like Russell Watson at Oklahoma City. He's one of those 6'6", 6'5" frame guys, and they're just, when they get striding, their legs are longer and wider than your body is, and you just don't want to get in the way.
Yeah, Frost, 6'5", 231.
There you go. So I think Watson might have
He's
an
6'6", I think? Yeah, Watson's a big guy. Oh, Frost all day.
Frost all day.
And Ronnie League gets
Touchdown.
in for a second touchdown on the day after being injured earlier in the game. One on the ground, one through the air.
That was a great play. Leak, if you watch that play from the start, Leak came out in a quick little hook off the play action, was covered, realized that Frost didn't have anyone to throw to, and floated out to the middle of the zone. That was a great zone read by a veteran halfback.
And that's the 50 burger.
There's the 50 burger.
I didn't even realize
53.
Wow.
52, sorry. 52 to 14.
Well, I think it's clear Buffalo loves Coach Gaffney, and I wonder if he's going to keep up some prognosticating throughout the rest of the season if his team has his back like this week 1.
And, of course, the big, heavy defensive end in the chat, Brandon Smith, asking if they get a milkshake with it.
Brandon Smith absolutely gets a milkshake with his 50 burger and fries. That guy is the 3rd overall pick. He might be wishing he's playing for Buffalo right now, but that was a great game for the Grunge. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season.
Yeah, as Memphis is waking up here finally, you got to think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, a little bit of garbage time maybe. I don't know if the Brawlers are really going as aggressive on D. No, it looks like they're going to send the rush here.
Zach Burr, he's a good quarterback, but like you said, you got to think they're kind of kicking themselves a little bit after seeing Albuquerque play at 1 o'clock today.
Or seeing the Chicago football department game with Buck McCarthy went in the 3rd round.
Dude, Buck McCarthy looked by far like the best quarterback, and that's not taking any shots at anyone. He commanded that Chicago offense and drove them down the field with disregarding the first drive of the game, which is all nerves for a rookie quarterback. After that, he commanded that game.
Yeah, he was lethal.
Of the game.
Surgical. And he looked cool. He looked composed. Nothing like that national championship game, which is now a distant memory.
And the offense that Chicago runs is one of the most complicated and complex offenses to run.
Oh, a deep shot off the back foot. Wow. Lucky.
Taking a shot.
Lucky that didn't end up worse.
But after seeing, week 1, and obviously it's way too early to tell, but what team do you feel like is the best team right now?
We might be watching them. Oh.
Absolutely. That's the 4th sack of the night.
Greg Looney said, hey, don't forget, I can rush the passer from the other side. Rashad Kelly's having a lot of fun today. He wanted to get in on it.
That was insane. Outside tackle, not even blocking him. Bird drops back here. He's got a shot over the middle.
Oh,
great
held on.
Catch.
Jason, kind of a wide receiver 3 who's playing more like a 2 tonight.
Yeah, that was a great play. Great pass, great catch. And again, just too little, too late. And if they would have been playing like this before, the city of Buffalo would not have lunch on the house.
Yeah. Rodan in the chat said, looking like the best team right now. I'm sure he's talking about Buffalo.
Bird takes another shot. Great pass. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Kelly, who's been having a sensational first game in Buffalo.
Yeah.
He's been brought here just to be that pass rush specialist. He's been great in other leagues. He's, 28, 29 years old, but they think he's got a few years on him, and they want to get the most out of it. Oh, did he jump away from the ball?
He had a guy open over the middle.
But it looked like the receiver ducked away from it.
And like I said, to go back as Bird drops back here, he's got a guy on the right sideline.
Oh, he's got
touchdown.
Devontae George matching Ronnie League. One if by land, one if by air.
Great play by George there. He made up for dropping the wide open pass earlier.
Yeah, that was ugly.
But to go back, the Surf with that, like I said, that 235 yards on the ground, and they lost.
And that might be the craziest part, is that an all-time running back game, and the running back who arguably had the better stats, if not necessarily the highlight play of the game, they were on the losing side. But, that might be the difference of, the rest of the team.
Yeah, and that's where, they played the Brawlers in the 0-year championship. But,
that's right.
As of right now, I mean, again, it's just week 1, but it's kind of hard to start out 0-1. I believe, we were talking in the boardroom the other day, going into week 2 here. Teams that go 0-2 have about an 8 to 12% chance to make the championship. So.
Well, I think the Brawlers have the opposite of that. They look like they got 90% chance of making the Rivals Cup at this point.
Exactly. As Memphis comes out here, they're breathing hard here.
Oh, Ronnie Lee!
And he wasn't even hiding the fact that he was just covering the ball.
Might be covering his ribs from earlier, too.
That was a great play by Leak off to the left side. Imagine if he would have been trying to run that ball.
He would have been gone. House call.
There he is again off the left tackle. As Gaffney's being aggressive here to the end. Looks like he's trying to get Leak 100 yards as he hit 82.
I was just going to say, are they trying to get Leak to 100?
Now, I did not see this coming at all.
Oh, and he gets it.
Another first down. Got to be around 90 now.
Paying no mind to the guys trying to jaw in his face. Hey, look at the scoreboard. Staying in the shotgun.
You saw in the replay, big 77.
Yeah, it's Nick Pierce. Yeah.
Wide open.
Oh.
Is that 100?
Might be close.
2nd and 2. After an 8-yard run by Leak. Takes a shot. They hand it off. Oh, play action. Ross is going to take a shot over the middle.
Oh. Dean Peerless Price. He has been all over the field today. Number 88 playing like a number 1, and he fought for those last few yards. He saw everybody having a touchdown party, and he said, hey, I want one.
Skip, what happens if they hit 60?
I don't even know. They got to invent a new saying. Oh, this will be 59. Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Wow.
There's 4 minutes and 13 seconds.
I don't even know. I don't even know. This is madness. Yeah. You see somebody said go for 2. We want
Brandon
60.
Brandon Smith in the chat. Go for 2. We want 60.
Wow. What just a massacre here at the pit. They're going to be doing chalk outlines of the Mojo.
38-point win or lead.
That's insane. I mean,
some games like the Crush versus Peaks games didn't even have 38 points scored.
Right. And I believe that is 6 touchdown passes for Andrew Frost in week 1, year 1.
Very well might be a very hard record to break.
Gonna say that's gonna stand the same way Porter's rushing yards record stands for a while, I think.
Oh. As the Brawlers safety, their corner there, he just didn't want the ball.
Yeah, Jeff Burns, great slot corner.
In motion, play action.
Oh,
takes a shot.
Kelvin Williams came flying off the edge.
Reaping in off the edge over there.
Just rocked.
Was that a corner blitz?
No, that was the another edge rush specialist that they brought in free agency. Kelvin Williams, here he comes again. Oh, and Jay Boss getting there for a full one on his own for the Buffalo Kid. Jay Boss making the most of his snaps.
Jeez, man. 4th and 21.
You know what? It might just be Jay Boast, because Jay Boast making the most is a lot better than Jay Bost.
Making the most.
But I went with it. He
You
won't
went with
mind.
it, Skip.
He won't
You
mind
got
if
it.
he's Jay Boast from now on.
You're Skip Lloyd. You can go with whatever you want to.
I'll send him a fruit basket after the game.
As shock, the punt's away.
Oh, Graves. Oh, trying to fight. Wow, gets rocked.
There you go. Trying to
What's
show
he
you
saying
more than
here?
one trick
Go
pony.
get one more. Oh, 492. They got to get him 500, you'd think, right? Are they going to get him 500 here? He needs 8 yards. Or they might just run it at this point.
It looks like they're going to run off that right side. Nope. A little
No.
counter action.
Oh, Leak trying to get a little cute there, which is not normally his style either. Uh-oh. That's not good. Dean Price. Oh, he looks pained.
Another injury here.
Gotta hope none of these are too big a deal. A little bit of a loss there on that one.
Yeah, like you said earlier, man, there's been a lot of injuries in the first week. As Leak up
Oh,
the middle.
He's definitely got his 100 yards now. Yep.
110. There you go. Congratulations.
Everybody
Leak.
is eating on the Brawlers tonight.
You finally get a congratulations from the commissioner. I love a good run game. That was amazing.
But nothing for these 6 tutties.
No, he's a quarterback. They deserve. They are requested too much. But congratulations, Frost. That's 6 touchdowns is a record that will not be broken as the 2-minute warning hits. 59-20.
And tell us in the chat what you're thinking of Smashmouth Saturday night, as we are going to be doing this every Saturday night for the whole season. And there's going to be, who's it next week? The Dukes, I believe, and Smokey Smith.
Smokey Smith will get his primetime debut next week. Not primetime, but his Saturday night.
His live
Debut.
call debut.
They bunched left formation. You got to think maybe this is the counter play to the right. Nope. Kind of, but it's just up the middle.
Wow.
They're not even trying anymore. Memphis has given up. They might get 60 here.
I thought they were going to try to get Frost 8 more yards, so he was at 500, but 492 is a pretty damn good showing. 492 and 6 touchdowns. He might have, in the very first week of the season, set the standard for years to come. Who knows?
Yeah, and congratulations to Gaffney and Baxter. This is going to be the league's first Saturday night game. As Frost wants to get in on the run game. Might be coming back, though.
Yeah, they put together a monster here in Buffalo. We're going to have to see. Oh, Phil Feeney, the veteran. They brought him in basically out of retirement to mentor some of the young offensive line guys that they have waiting in the wings. That's the expectation after this season, is that a couple of the Brawlers offensive linemen go from backups to starting roles, but they wanted year one to just have some mentors on the line.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to start seeing. A lot of these teams are aged as we, kind of some work on the side here.
And
Most
that's
of these
it.
teams are aging, and they're going to get replaced back.
Well, speaking of replacements, the Mojos may be looking for a bunch of them. What a game for our very first Smashmouth Saturday night. What did you think of that, Back?
That was amazing. Everything in this gameplay for Buffalo. Buffalo looks like the team to beat right now. And Memphis looks like they're going to go back home and figure out what the hell just happened to them.
The smack talk maybe didn't turn out so well. But if anything, we are now seeing where the best and where the rest reside. And right now, the best seem to reside right here in Buffalo. Thanks for watching with us. Stick around every Saturday night for a live call of Football Rivals, the Pro League.